Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Hello,
Good evening.
How to defeat the negative voice in your head. That may sound like a funny title to a Leave Your Legacy speech, and it is. But what I want to do is I want to help people to defeat the negative voice in their head. And if that's what I'm known for, that's okay. You don't have to raise your hand for this question, but I really just want you to think about it. Do you have any negative voice in your head that is preventing you from doing what you really want to do? Maybe you want to be up here on stage talking to everybody, but there's a negative voice in your head that's telling you that you can't do it. Some of you may know that I have a goal to speak in front of large audiences and have thousands of people watch my videos. How would you know this? Because I say that at the beginning of each one of my weekly videos. And if you haven't seen any of my videos, now is a great time to start. You can go to my YouTube channel, Jason Silverstein, to start watching my videos. You don't have to do it right now, though. One of the reasons why I say my goal so many times is because when I say it, I truly believe that I can do it. What you may not know is that soon after I say it, negative thoughts start creeping in, which sounds a little bit like this. How do you know that you can do it? There are speakers who are better than you that are not speaking in front of large audiences. What makes you think that you can do it? My negative voice may sound weak, but that thing is a beast. It's working out in the gym of my mind 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, doing bench presses and power cleans and deadlifts. It has pictures of past bodybuilding champions all over the wall, Reg Park, Arnold Schwarzenegger, inspirational quotes, motivational sayings. That thing is strong. And I defeat my negative voice with my positive voice that says, I can do it? No! My negative voice would knock out my positive voice in 19 seconds flat. What do I do then? I do what I know that I can do. You see, if you watch a lot of self-help books or material, they all say pretty much the same thing, don't they? Change your negative thoughts into positive thoughts. Thoughts become things. You become what you think about. Have all of you heard that before?
Right on.
Chris has. So, and that's all great, and it's absolutely true. But what if you can't do it? Can you just want to give up on your goals? I decided not to. So I developed a patented 3-step system to defeat the negative voice in my head. And I'll be selling that course for $19.95. Back. You can see Eric back there with money. Now actually today for you, they're giving it to you for free. And the first step is just to concentrate on getting a little better each time. For me, it's just getting a little better each speech, even just 1% better. Let me ask you this. If I was only to get 1% better each speech, and this is a math problem, everybody, if you want to take out your calculators. At the end of my 200th speech, how much better would I be? The answer is a lot better. Even though I start off really, really bad. And if you want to see how bad I was when I first started, or you just want to laugh, you can go to my YouTube channel, Jason Silverstein, and watch my videos. And that is step number 1. Step number 2 is to trick myself into practicing. Yes, I said trick myself. It's always okay to trick yourself as long as it's for yourself's greater good. You see, there's hardly ever a time where I say to myself, hip hip hooray, I get to practice my speech. This is so exciting, I can't wait. It doesn't happen to me. Maybe it happens to Dave, but it doesn't really happen to me. Instead, I need to trick myself into practicing. In Toastmasters, most of our speeches are just 5 to 7 minutes. So I say to myself, I'm just going to run through my speech one time, 5 to 7 minutes. It really doesn't seem like a big deal, and that gets me to do it. Once I get started, I get going through the speech, there's parts of the speech that call for me to get excited, and I get excited right along with it. And I want to do it again and again and again. And before I know it, I practiced for a whole hour if I had time that day, when I only intended to practice for 5 to 7 minutes. Why? Because I got the momentum. I use momentum in my favor. And that's something all of you can do, regardless of what you're trying to accomplish in your life. If you can just get started, momentum will likely take over and carry you on through. And that's step number 2. Step number 3 is to remember my big why. Why am I doing this? It all started in early 2018. I was at a point in my life where I felt like I had nothing to lose. That's not all bad news, because it allowed me to take some risks. And I was watching a lot of inspirational material, videos, books, anything I can get my hands on to get myself out of this. And one of those that I turned to was a DVD by Bob Proctor, and it was called You Were Born Rich. Has anyone watched Bob Proctor before? A few people. I've watched this many times in the past, and every single time I watch this DVD, I have the same thought. I want to do what Proctor's doing. I want to speak in front of large audiences. I want to inspire a lot of people. Now, every time I've had this thought before, it is quickly negated by my negative voice that said, oh, you can't do it. You can't even do a 2-minute speech. How are you going to do such a long speech? Well, actually, my negative voice sounds weaker than that, but that's what goes on. This time, though, this time was different. I decided I was going to do it, and I took immediate action. I did a video and I posted it to social media. Was I scared? No, because I had nothing to lose. That's the beauty of that. I posted that video to social media, and that became my very first video in my very first video series called How to Be a Successful Real Estate Investor. And if you would like to watch those videos, you can go to my YouTube channel, Jason Silverstein, to start watching them. And that's step number 3. Just to recap, step number 1 is to get a little better each time. Step number 2 is to trick yourself into practicing. Step number 3 is to remember your big why. And a very special bonus, step number 4, for just those of you at T's Days here. If you've been sleeping and you're just waking up now, if you're waiting for a next speaker and you're just paying attention now, if you get nothing else out of the speech, you haven't been paying attention to anything else I've said, I just want you to get this one thing. If you want to watch my videos, go to my YouTube channel, Jason Silverstein. Thank you very much.